Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, here for your Saturday sip. Today we are going to do my paper pumpkin that came in, and I am hoping that all of you got your paper pumpkins also. So let me get my system. Wow, that looks so blurry. Okay, I'm gonna, nobody panic, but I don't know what's going on. It's going to try to clean my lens. So I apologize for this, but it's the only thing I can think of. It's making everything so blurry. So, whoo, looks like some kind of a weird flash show. That looks better to me. Does it look better to you? I think it does. Weird. So, here we go. Hi, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. Like I said, we're gonna do paper pumpkin today. So those of you who got yours, you know I do alternatives. But I have to tell you, when I saw the previews for this, I wasn't so sure how I felt about it because you couldn't see the blinginess of some of the pieces. So, okay, so you get your box, you open it up, and you see this. It's all wrapped up, right? And you see these beautiful 3 cards. Very nice. You also got this little packet of, I don't know what to call them, dividers, I guess. We'll call them dividers. I did not put mine together because I keep my spots, hang on, in old Stampin' Up! Cases like this. And I keep them by family colors. So, but I do think this is very cool, a very cool way to organize. And I've seen some ways people divided them up a little differently, so you can turn it into a card kit where you can keep stamps and blah, blah, blah. So that's a cool idea too. Anyway, if you really like this idea and you want more of them, to my knowledge, there isn't any place selling these dividers to fit perfectly, but you could absolutely just trim them out of your own cardstock and then just make the slits. Okay, so the slits don't have to be perfect like this. They don't. They'll still work. The trick is just to do halfway up on the one and then halfway on the other, and that way they do that. Okay, so that is my tip on that. So like I was saying, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this. Oh, and it comes with a shaded spruce spot. So, but I'm hoping you guys can see this better. These are the 3 cards that Stampin' Up! Suggested, and they're beautiful. I really did not want to make different cards. I thought these 3 cards are gorgeous. There is no reason to change these at all, but I did because I know you guys expected me to. So here's one. Here's the other one. Oh, it's just so pretty. And here's the one that we all saw, this design, and it is just so much prettier in person. So pretty. Okay, so, and then it comes with these really pretty envelopes. I love it when they give us pretty envelopes. Anybody else love that? I love it. I love it. I just think this is so much prettier than a plain white envelope, which is why I do like to decorate my envelopes. I don't always decorate them on videos. Good morning, Linda. So those are the 3 that Stampin' Up! Suggested. Now I am going to make a couple of them with you, but to get started, I'm going to show you a few of my alternatives. Here's one. I took this same, let me grab it now because I don't have any whole ones anymore. I took this same piece because this is all one piece for those of you who didn't get it. And I cut it up into 3 pieces to put on this card. And then this is just a fun way to do a background with matting. I can show you guys how to do that in another video. And this stamp is actually all one stamp. It's right here. I am grateful for all the little things you do. And I just, using markers and masking off, I just did it in this way so that I could still use the same, but divide it up. Okay, so that's one alternative. Here's one where I decided to do it on the Calypso Coral cardstock. And I don't know how well you guys can see it, but I also use some of the new basics folders. You know, those are the ones that are online only, and you get 3 different backgrounds for $30. So they're nice. Like, they're very generic. They're called basics, and they're very basic backgrounds that you'll use all the time. This one is probably my favorite, but there's that. And this was tags that came with it that I just trimmed down, and I used Calypso Coral ink for that. And then on the inside, it's a little boring, but at least it's something, right? You got to have white in there. And then here's an oh no, that's not an alternative. Here's another alternative I did with the 3 flowers, using the card that they suggested going a different way. And then this is the 3, remember, and it had the extra one on there. So I just did this, and I made it a sideways open card. Okay, super simple, right? This is a simple card, but it looks good, and your people will like it. And of course, bling always helps. And then, of course, you know, pretty envelopes mean you got to do something with them. So I punched out a circle with the why do I always forget the name of our dies? But anyway, the dies that have the circles and the squares and that one. And I did a very big thanks and copied it with the bigger one in Balmy Blue, which is the color that's in here. And it's on basic white. Oh, here, this will tell me. Stylish Shapes. Stylish Shapes, that's the name of the dies. And then I used part of it to fold over, and you can see here how I cut it. So let me grab an envelope. You guys can see. So, you know, I've done this a million times, so that's why I'm not showing you guys again. You put it through your paper trimmer and just trim off a tiny little edge on both sides. Then when it opens up, I trimmed it here at this fold and then at 4 inches. That gave me a good amount of this left over, so that I could then flap it over like that. Now, when you open it, I didn't want the sticky part of the flap in there. So what I did was I used these pieces to cover it, and it didn't go like all the way. So I had to use another piece in the corner here that I just put underneath. Okay. And then just a fun fold to do with your envelope. That's fun. Then I thought doing a note card would be good. So, you know, we have the note cards and envelopes. So this was the piece of, there's a, it came with some blue. There's that one. It's actually on here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a smaller than average square. I want to say it's 5 inches by 3 3/4, but don't hold me to that. And I trimmed it down because it was, it fit this way, but it was too wide. So I did trim it off a little bit. And then I just added some of the flowers and the bling, of course. And then I've got stuff set up for the other cards I'm going to make, but these were left over. These 2 tags were left over, and I was like, what do I do with them? And these little things. So I made a little, like, tiny tag for you to add to things. You know, if you want to take somebody some cookies or some flowers or something from your garden. Just a fun little tag, but I thought it was cute. So those are some of my alternatives. Now I am going to make a couple for you, because I can't not make you one, right? Okay. All right. Yep, I know it's dirty. You guys know I use these until they fall apart, right? I do. I flip them over. Hey, Crystal. Who else said hi? Let's see. Crystal. Okay, good. Good. Crystal and Linda, I see you guys. I know there's some other people watching. But you don't have to say hi if you don't want to. That's totally fine. So now I'm going to take this piece and this card front. And when it came, you know, it had all these things you had to pop out. And they pop out so nice. Now that I said that, this one's going to give me trouble. There we go. But, and if you're wondering, there are parts of it that don't pop out that at first I thought should, but it's okay that they don't. It really is. And on the original card, I believe this was put up on dimensionals. I'll have to look and see. So I was very excited because I got this in really early this week, and I was going to do a video sooner, but I'm also in the middle of Mega Meet prep, which is why you guys are seeing a lot of pre-recorded videos. Time management, you know how that goes. But I'm trying to pick ones you haven't seen in a while with things that are retiring or going to the online store, just so that you guys get the chance, because after the 31st, if it's retiring, it's possible that it could end up on the clearance rack. It's possible, but I can't guarantee that. So I like to have you guys know what's going on and what's going away, so in case you want to grab it. Okay, so then we've got this beautiful piece here, which I am going to put on here, and I am not going to pop it up. So I'm just going to take my liquid glue. You know, your kit comes with glue dots that you can do this with. I just love my liquid glue. If you guys love this liquid glue, I'm telling you, go to MemoryINKers.com right now, and order it. Everything in the world has gone up in price, okay? These were $4, which I know was, like right now, they're $4. They are going up to $5.50. That is a big jump. It's a manufacturer thing. It's not a Stampin' Up thing. So don't yell at me. But I did notice when I did Mega Meet last year that I sold out of these because I was selling them for $4. And I looked around and realized everybody else's prices were higher. Probably because Stampin' Up had already had it in their catalog. Even if it gets raised, they can't, in the middle of a catalog, they can't raise the price. So that's why I think that was going on. So I will have some at Mega Meet. Yes, I will have some adhesives there. But you're going to be paying current price. So if you like those, I say order them. Go to my website, MemoryINKers.com. That's going to take you right to my Stampin' Up website. Use this hostess code Y as in yo-yo, E as in Edward, R as in Robert, T as in Tom, Y as in yo-yo, K as in Carrie, 99. I would appreciate that. And this hostess code is for April 2023. In case you're viewing this later, you can still go to my website, but this hostess code won't work for you. Okay, so now I am going to stamp on this. Enjoy your day, because I kind of thought, even though this is kind of glitzy, we don't do enough guy cards, at least in my world, and I'm going to try to rectify that and have more guy cards in my life, because I have brothers-in-law, you know, and a son. So anyway, I thought this could go either way because it's kind of a masculine-y color. And then I decided to keep it pretty simple. I do these in advance, and I don't always make good notes on what I'm doing with them, you guys. So there's that. So I am going to, I want to wrap it twice, and I don't think I gave myself enough space. So I'm going to take some of my tear-in tape. If you take my in-person classes, you know that I grab my Fast Fuse for doing this. Not Fast Fuse. Boy, how long ago was that? That was a little while ago, you guys. The new Stampin' Seal. But it's packed away in my class kit. I forgot to grab it out for the video. So, and the reason I'm doing this is because now, I think this will work. We're going to see if this works. I can take these two ends, and stick them on there. And then, oh, they may not be long enough. I'm going to have to cut another one, you guys. It's not long enough, I don't think. Nope, it's not. So, oops. This is why I've always said perfection is overrated. And if you are looking for the perfect Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, keep looking. She is not me. Okay, so much easier. That was so much easier, right? And then I'm going to stick that to that sticky. Okay, move this out of the way. Now I'm going to use some dimensionals. It does come with dimensionals, but I'm just going to grab some of the ones that I have handy, and I happen to have black dimensionals handy. So we are going to use those. And make sure that's pressed in really good. There we go. They may not be straight. The strings may not be straight. They look straight. And then I'm going to set it, I think, over here, just to be different. There we go. So this is a very simple card. Now, because I was thinking Guy, I'm not going to add any bling to it, but certainly you could, because the bling is really pretty that comes with this kit. But on this card, I'm not, because even though it's a little blingy, it still keeps it on the masculine side. So there's one. Then we're going to do this one, which I'm using these pieces from the kit. This is that blue piece I was telling you about that I cut down for the note card. And then I have a piece of Calypso Coral cut to fit and some Balmy Blue for the card base. And a piece of Whisper White, of course, to go on the inside of it. So, this is also going to be pretty simple. I like simple cards, and I'm finding, although I really like to go over the top, you guys know that. I have that thing. But I'm finding that most of my classmates whine and complain. Oh, yeah, the colors are gorgeous. I don't know who said that. Oh, Crystal. Yeah, this kit is really pretty. And if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, it's something that's worth subscribing, because if you like this kit and you didn't get it, you can't get it. So, you know, there's that. All right, so now this time I'm going to do this the way I was going to show you guys. As soon as I figure out what I did, there it is, with my tear and tape. So this is going to be a landscape directional card. So I always have to find the ends of stuff. There it is. So this was what I wanted to show you last time, so that you don't waste your ribbons or your threads doing these wraparound techniques. Because I'm pretty cheap and I like to save as much as I can. I mean, you know, I get this stuff at a discount, but still I have to watch. You know, crafting can be an expensive hobby. You know, when I get somebody new who's really excited and they're like, oh, I want to get started, I have to warn them that, you know, your first card, and how many of you guys can relate to this? Your first card can cost you so much money, because you're buying all, especially if you have nothing. You've got to buy the ink, the cardstock, the stamps, the yada, yada, yada. It can get very expensive. But I just have to remind them, a lot of these things you can use again and again and again. So, okay, so I'm going to wrap it here. I'm going to come around, and then I'm just going to make a U-turn and come back. Make another U-turn, because I'm going to do 3 rows on this one. And just make sure you press them into those that adhesive. Okay. Now, I have a friend who will take these pieces and she will press them on there. I've never done that, but I can see why. It kind of helps hold it in place. So, you know, if you're worried about that kind of thing, you can do that. Except it will come off. So, I mean, look, it just pops right off. But that's what she does. So, I wanted to share that with you. And then we are going to adhere this, all of this. Now, this is what I do. I just run the adhesive over it. Because then it helps sort of trap it in the card, right? Oops, I just went completely off. Okay, everything's going to stick to that now. Let me turn this over. So that you guys do that? Do you guys get sticky stuff everywhere? Please say yes. Please, 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 please say yes. So now this is going to go on there. Then this I am going to put up on dimensionals. Just grab my black ones again because they are handy. And sometimes I over add on dimensionals because I worry about things going in the mail. That's not bad. That's not too many. It's a few, but it's not too many. Okay. And I'm just going to set that right like so. And then on this, another of the tags from the kit. I know it's the same tag we used. It's all I had left, you guys. And I'm doing the With Deepest Sympathy. In the Memento Black. And I'm going to pop this up also. And I'm just going to use these. I'm going to use these little triangles here at the bottom. Wow, my husband's coughing up there. Like loud. Hope he's okay. You guys probably couldn't hear that, but... Okay. Yeah, sticky stuff is everywhere. Thank you, Tammy. And somebody else said yes. Crystal. Yep. Makes such a big mess, right? Okay, that one's not going to work there because it's going to go over that flower. So we're going to just move it over. The reason I moved that over is I realized when I set it, I don't want a dimensional right here or it's going to lift that corner, right? So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to line it up with the Calypso Coral. Oh, looks like that one. Nope, that one's okay. And now I am going to add some bling to this one. I know it's a sympathy card and maybe I should be a little more demure, but I just want to make it pretty. There we go. So just 3 little blings. So there's a pretty sympathy card. Don't forget, you're going to want to put some white in here. I mean, you can write on this blue, but I sometimes leave this like just stuck in there because if I, especially on a sympathy card or sometimes birthdays too, depending on who it's going to, you might want to write something kind of deep, and sometimes it requires a do-over. So that's how I feel about that. But anyway, I like it, and I like the, oops, this kind of pulled, hang on, this pulled one of my threads a little bit more than I wanted it to. Just try and keep that straight. There we go. So there's that. And then for the last one, I am going to use this pretty background here. And I forgot my, hold on, 1 second. There it is. So I have a friend, some of you may even watch her, but I have a friend who has these for every single color in Stampin' Up. That's a lot of blenders. You don't really need to do that. It's great if you have the room to store it and if you have the money to purchase them. But I have probably a dozen of them, and I just have them like this is orange, and anything that's orange, I use it on because it doesn't come off after you've used it. Well, there's a little bit, but it's not much. So it's not really going to mix up my oranges. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to put this little sun. I think I'll do the whole sun. Why not? I'm going to use one of these circles. And, you know, start off. Now, you got to be a little careful because I didn't mat this, so I don't want to go over where where it's cut, right? I just want to get the circle. And hopefully I am just getting the circle. Oops, it moved a little bit. There we go. Now I have some sun. It's an orange sun, but still it's all keeping with the kind of a monotone look of this card. And now I'm just going to do the enjoy your day and have that ready so I can close this up. I'm going to again wrap my thread around this one, and I think I might even give it a bow, but I didn't pre-tie it, so that could cause chaos here on the video. So we'll see. We'll see how the bow tying goes, if I decide to do it or not. You may see that I post this later, that I've done it after the fact. Look at this. What is with this big mess here? Apparently I had something pre-cut. Okay then, we'll use this one. And I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other card. I'm just going to wrap it. But I'm only going to wrap it one time. Keeping it simple. Oh my God. Wild thread everywhere. Okay, press those down really good so they're really pushed into that. All right, let's see if I can tie a bow. I've given myself plenty of the linen, the baker's twine here. So hopefully I can make myself a decent bow. Okay, now I just got to make it smaller. Okay, it's a tiny little bow. And then I do want a glue dot, so let me pull out the glue dots that came with the kit. And I'm going to want it to be smaller. So first thing to do is rub it down with your bone folder or your thumbnail or whatever is handy so that you can pick off the transfer, just the transfer, which is a little harder to do on these sheets. And it didn't do it. So if it doesn't do it, just fake it. Anyway, what you want to do is you kind of want to roll the glue dot so that it's smaller. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then I think I'm going to put this over here to the side. And then I can put my bow on. And I'm going to leave my tails long, but not this long. But I'm going to decide how long I want them once I put the rest of the card together. So, saved some of this because it's just so pretty. And I think I'm trying to decide exactly how I'm going to do it and where, because my original plan was to have that up there. But I could, I guess I'll have to put it down there. So my tails won't be as long as I was thinking. And then glue dots. Oh, look, white ones. glue dots. These are not glue dots. These are Stampin' Dimensionals. Yep. You guys, I went to Weight Watchers this morning at 8:30. That's my new Weight Watchers time, because my location, if you guys are, those of you that are on Weight Watchers with me, you know that like a whole lot of stuff has changed with their locations. And so I'm cutting a little piece of this, you guys, because I want to put a little piece on this tail here, but I want it to be thin. So my location now is only on Saturdays, 7:30, 8:30, and 10 a.m. And I like 10 a.m., but I teach my class once a month at 10 a.m. on Saturdays. So I didn't want to disrupt it. You know, when you start going to Weight Watchers meetings, those of you who've done them, it's kind of like you want to get to know all the people that you go with, and you want to start some camaraderie with them. And so I didn't want to like switch once a month. Okay, there we go so far, right? We're going to put this up on dimensionals too, because why wouldn't we, right? That's a lot of dimensionals for a little piece, but it's okay. Alrighty. I think I might tuck that underneath if it lets me. There we go. Why did I do that? Because I want longer tails. I just do. I mean, how many times you get the opportunity to have long tails on your project? There we go. Ta-da! Oh, bling. We must add more bling, even though this is pretty blingy, so it's kind of nice. But let's add some more. Okay. Stay. And I've told you guys this before, but I'm going to remind you, when you're doing bling, you want to go in uneven numbers. And you try not to like balance them so that they're, you know, you don't want them in the exact same spot. So now I have 3. I'm going to put on more, so I'm going to have to go to 5, right? Put one up there. And then I think one more in that corner. There we go. So this one has 5 blings on it, which if you did the kit, you'll see that a lot of the Stampin' Up! Cards from this kit were recommending like 5 blings. So that's good. So let's go through that again. These are the, whoops. Now I have to remember which ones are Stampin' Ups and which ones are mine. Okay, this is one from Stampin' Up! And see how they raised it up. This is lifted up, and there is a lot of bling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 blings on there. And then they've got the baker's twine there. Then this is one of Stampin' Up's. Again, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blings on there. And then this one, I didn't put any bling on, but I think they recommended bling. I just didn't put any on. So here are my remakes. My little tiny note card. Okay, it uses this piece. You can see where I trimmed it. And then this little piece is actually what's under here. This is this piece, and I did fold it. And see how I wrap these around. Okay. And then here's the little note card, which is kind of made from these pieces here. The envelope card. This fun one. Okay, this uses this background, but this piece and then this circle. And then this piece comes from something totally different. Here's another one that uses that back piece, but uses this. And then this one is the one where I cut up here and it's all on basic white. And then the ones that you saw me make right here. So there you go. Those are my alternatives for this month's Paper Pumpkin. Like I said, I mean, these cards that Stampin' Up! Designed, they're gorgeous. They're so pretty. And I didn't really want to change them up, but I did because I love you guys. And I like what I did with what I changed. Don't get me wrong, but I just think these are beautiful all on their own. And so it's a great kit. Remember, Mother's Day is coming up. You can, when you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can order 2 kits. You can buy 2 at a time. Okay. And so it'd be a great kit to send or to give to a mom. Oh, thank you, Crystal. They're a fun gift if you've got somebody like that, or a birthday. Especially, this is my thing about Stampin' Up! Kits. If you are looking to have more friends who craft with you and you want to get them addicted, get them a kit. You know, because we've done this, you know, it will be very few of your friends who go, oh, I'll never do that. That's just horrible. No. Kits are easy. Everything comes in them. They're ready to go. And they feel like, phew, I can do this. And a lot of the kits, like Paper Pumpkin, come with a stamp set. So then they kind of can work to use that stamp set for other things. So they're a big investment. It was a great kit this month, Linda. And it does make several cards with a lot of options. And I've seen a lot of options. I'm kind of reading what she said. So yeah, it's a great kit. So if you are a subscriber, there probably will be refills on this kit. So if you want more, remember to watch for that and nab them when you can. All right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. I hope that you guys have something fun planned. As for me, more getting ready for Mega Meet. You guys, I have so much to sell at Mega Meet. You're going to be so excited. And I'm also going to have my cards on display. I'll have the actual cards for this, for my next class and for my class in June. So if you're coming, and there's a coupon, if you're coming in person, look for my coupon, either on the walk-in table or talk to me about it. So, all right, you guys, see you soon. Bye.